Hello everyone, we are the group 2, the Masskara group, and we're here to discuss about the wood carving in the Philippines.
Good afternoon everyone, I am here in front of your screen to tackle all about our topic, which is the wood carving in the Philippines. So, who among you here guys can tell me what is wood carving all about? Anyone? Joke. Joke, but recorded mo good. So, ako na lang. Alright. Wood carving is a form of woodworking by means of a cutting tool in one hand or a chisel by two hands or with one hand on a chisel and the other hand is a mallet. So, ang pikas kamot, sa kakamot is magunit sa chisel, which is ang chisel, muna siya ang screwdriver guys niya. Ang tumoy niya kay flat. Flat siya nga hait and mo ang dokdokon sa mallet. Ang mallet which is a mura siya og martilyo bitaw guys para dokdok sa imong nga chisel pag form sa imong wood og something. So resulting in a wooden figure or figurine or in the sculptural ornamentation of a wooden object. Mo ang gamit para maka-form sa imong gusto nga ma-came up nga object sa imong nga wood. So next slide. What do you call someone who carves wood? Kung say tawag ko ninyo sa someone nga maka-carve sa wood, mo carves sa wood. Ano daw? Sige. Someone who can carve wood is popularly known as a wood carver. It is also referred to a wood sculptor or a woodworker. Sila dyan ang mga talented nga tao, talented nga mga human beings, mo ang mga talented nga maayo bitaw kayo, maayo mo buhat, maayo mo wood carve. Sila ra jud ang mga talented ana. Mo ana sila ang mga wood carver or a woodworker. Alright? So next slide. Buenabanistas. What do you mean by buenabanistas? What among you here? Charot ang hapon. Okay, recorded man eh. Di ta kapangutan na. Sige, joke ra guys ha. Bitaw, buenabanistas meaning ang buen kay good, ang ibanistas kay carpenters. So, ibasa ni mo sa tanan, buenabanistas is a good carpenter, alright? So, the Spanish conquistador Miguel Lopez de Legazpi called the Filipinos buenabanistas or good carpenters after seeing the woodwork produced by the natives. So, pag humandog kakita ni Miguel Lopez de Legazpi sa ilang trabaho sa Filipino sa pag-woodcarve, itawag sila nga good carpenters, buenabanistas. So, Filipinos had been engaging in the art of woodcarving long before the arrival of the Spaniards. So, dugay na juday kayo, no? So, the craft is more than 2,000 years old na. 2,000 years old. Dating back to the time when carvers had to make use of stones, shells, even the teeth and the tusks of an animals to shape the wood. So, gagamit sila sa una og tusk sa elephant, kanang ngipon ba nga katoy lang tango, setang o tango. Nya, mga teeth sa elephant teeth sa mga animals nga mga hait tingali and mga dagko, shells og mga unsa pa ni sila guys, stones kana to mga makit-an guro nila guys nga pwede bitaw gamiton sa pag-carves, pwede gamiton sa pag-ukit sa ilang product sa nga wood. So any kind tingali nga makita nila nga matutulis kanang talinis ingana og pwede. So today, Filipinos woodcarvers continue to carve a name in the ranks of the finest in the crafts. So ang Filipinos jud ay gihapon ang naa sa top or apil gapon sila sa ranking sa mga maayo mo buhat sa crafts, sa mga crafts. So alright, continue to our next reporter. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good day. I am Kubar Marlene and I am going to report the Tagbanwa woodcarvers. So before of that, Tagbanwa is derived from Tiga Banwa, which is the people of the village. So, south of the Philippines, one finds the Tagbanwa woodcarvers, whereas the Ifugaos engage in woodcarving primarily because it is an essential part of their belief and customs. The Tagbanwa Palawan carve for the sheer fun of it, and this is probably why the Tagbanwa wood carver stands out as one of the most exciting of indigenous Philippine wood carvings. The wooden works of art are highly stylized and reflect sophisticated aesthetic, leading one art critic to say that they have close affinities to near abstract art. Tagbanwa wood carving is unique because it incorporates a technique of completely blackening the surface of the wood and bring out the white portion while etching this design. Only a few of the Tagbanwa wood carvings are intended to use in rituals. Most of them serve as toy for the children, decor for the house, or as mean self-expression. The Tagbanwa favorite wood comes from alimut yugani tree. After the bark is removed, the wood is shaped, then the wood rubbed with the leaves of the cassava plant until it turns green. Lamp of resin, called salung, is placed on the ground and ignited with the wood is passed over the smoke until it becomes black with soot. The process of rubbing cassava leaves all over the wood and blackening the carving by passing it over the burning resin to repeat it until the black coloring does not rub off. Then the design are each using a small knife called pisaw. This design is usually polka dots, V marks, and white triangles, which are carved to the blackened wood come out from what white incisions. So for my last report is the Maranao wood carvers. Farther down south of the Philippine Islands are the Maranao Muslim wood carvers. Figural representation in their craft are taboo to the Maranao wood carves. Natural form are allowed only to the condition that they are denatured. Because of this limitation, the Maranao wood carvers use the okil motif in most of their works. The okil motif is rich in Sasanian character. The flowing floral forms and S movements. The Filipino Muslim adapts to the okil has a strong indigenous character, deriving inspiration from local plants and sea corals and native objects. The okil is carved into musical instruments and everyday objects, such as kitchen wares and bamboo tubs. The design can also be seen in the wooden handles of swords and knives. Aside from the okil, the sari manok, a stylized representation of a bird or rooster, is also one of the more popular Maranao wood carving design. That will be all.
I am Jan Cabas, supporter of wood carving in the Philippines. So, if there is known and famous wood carving, of course, there is also famous of wood carver. So, when we say wood carver, those are people who are capable to design, to cut, and to carve, and to sharp the wood. So, Jose P. Alcantara is one of the famous wood carver, and he also regarded as the country's last master of traditional wood carving, and he was born in Pasay City and studied in the studio of Isabella Penco, and he is being categorized as the prince of the Philippine art during the colonial period. Before working as a carver in Gonzalo Poyet's furniture store, his talent landed him in a slew of displays and earned him the slew of awards both home and abroad. So Alcantara started his career at the age of 10. So at the age of 10, he's already apprentice in a sculptural shop in Quiapo district. And daghan na sad siya naapilan nga mga numerous competitions, manang maka-earn siya mga prizes and awards. But even though Alcantara died already, he has children and grandchildren who is still continue his legacy in the arts. And as you can see in the next slide, that is the famous wood carving that is the moral that we can find in the Film Life Auditorium in Manila, which captured in 1961. So in year 1961, Alcantara was commissioned by the Philippine American Life and General Insurance Company to create a carving that would embellish the walls of auditorium. And by the help of wood carvers from Paitay, he was able to make a 1,536-meter Nara-made piece portrays Filipinos' culture and history. And yeah, as you can see in the picture. And so, you can also see in the second slide the awards of Alcantara. And those awards as the Lifetime Award from Alcantara's home province and the medal before his passing by the President of the President. That's all. Thank you.
So good day everyone. So my report is all about the wood carvers or Paete in Luzon and the famous Filipino wood carvers, which is the Ifugao. So Luzon is one of the biggest islands among the 3 major islands in the Philippines. So, the place that is known as the center of wood carving in the Philippines is the town of Paete in Laguna. So, Paete continues to be one of the best sources of wood carving. In this town, wood carving has been elevated to a fine art form, which is no wonder because Paete comes from the word pait, which literally means chisel. So, how does Paete got its name? Before the Spaniards came, Paete was said to be a peaceful barangay. The Spanish friars had a tradition of naming towns they built in honor of saints. Paete was an exception. Legend has it that there was once a young Franciscan priest who was tasked by his superior to visit their newly founded settlements alongside Laguna de Bay. So the priest knew little about the terrain, so he asked a native the name of the place. The latter misinterpreted the young friar, thinking that the former wanted to know the name of the tool he was using. So he answered paet, or chisel. And that is how Paete got its name. So next is the more popular Filipino wood carvers, which is the Ifugao. So the Ifugaos of northern Luzon are famous for the way they carve the mountain slopes that forms the legendary Banawi rice terraces. They are also well known for their mastery of wood carving. Ifugao wood carvings are usually of their deities, the most famous of which are the various interpretations of the granary jetty known as the bulul. This granary jetty occupies a significant role in the lives of the Ifugaos, and the bulul is ever present in the rice granaries, usually accompanied by a female idol to assure an abundant harvest. So, when the current bond on hardwoods, Filipino wood carvers now use ipil or acacia. Ifugaos also use the reddish wood called gutmo. And so that ends my report. Thank you for listening, everyone.